Mm. Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 4 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 4 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter fraction equivalence and ordering. The lessons we're going to cover today are understanding fractions word problems, fractions review, find equivalent fractions using area models, and equivalent fractions. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's just start with the chapter fractions. Here I start with the first lesson, that is understanding fractions word problems. So let's just start with the lesson. There are two swans in a lake. One flew away. What fraction of the swans were left? So basically, we're going to learn how do we write them in the fractional form. So you have total two swans, right? One of them flew away. So when one of them flew away, you are left with one, right? So that means you are left in the lake one out of two, right? So you write one out of two in the fractional form as 1 over 2. So you have and smaller one in the numerator, right? Hold on. The total, because the total are 2, right? And you are left with 1 out of 2. So that means you have 1. You left with 1 out of 2 swans. So you write 1 out of 2, right? The other example is Eric and his father made 9 pancakes. They put blueberries in 3 of the pancakes. What fraction of the pancakes had blueberries, right? So they made total 9 pancakes, right? And 3 of them have the blueberries. So you can write it as 3 out of 9 had blueberries, right? The correct option. And you can write it in simplest form. Simplest form means you can divide both numerator and denominator by the smallest common number, right? Smallest common number means the number that can divide and denominator. Got it? So 3 is the number that can divide both of them 3 times. 1 is 3 and 3 times 3 is 9. So that would be 1 out of 3. Got it, everyone? Let's just start with the practice questions. There were two swans in a lake. One flew away. What fraction of the swans were left? So, which is the correct option? The total swans were two, right? One flew away. That means you're left with one, right? The correct option is one out of two, right? That means in the lake you still have one and one out of two. Got it? Okay, the next one is there are 8 mailboxes in Clayton Street. Three of the mailboxes are silver. What fraction of the mailboxes are silver? You have to find how many of them are silver. So there are total 8 mailboxes, right? And out of 8, no, not 8 out of 3, that is 3 out of 8. You always write the greater number in the denominator. This is denominator. Denominator is always greater than numerator. How do you write 8 out of, no, not 8 out of 3. This is 3 out of 8 because 3 of the mailboxes are silver. The total were 8. So 3 out of 8 were silver. Got it? That's 3 out of 8. Simran, where is 5 and 6 in the question? That is 3 out of 8. Anna arranged 3 flowers in a vase. She used one rose. What fraction of the flowers were roses? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 out of 3, right? Because the total were 3. So you always write the total in the denominator and the smaller number in the numerator. So that is 1 out of 3. Got it? Okay, the next one is there were 5 frogs on a log. Two hopped away. What fraction of the frogs were left? So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, two hopped away. So still three left. That would be 3 out of 5. The correct option is 3 out of 5. Very good, everyone. Wanda saw 10 crabs in an aquarium. One of the crabs was orange. What fraction of the crabs were orange? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 out of 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. That would be 1 out of 10. Eight students, eight students went to the zoo. Seven of them saw the penguins. What fraction of the students saw the penguins? So which is the correct option? That would be 7 out of 8. The correct option is 7 out of 8. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is fractions review. So let's just start with the lesson. That is just a review. You already did the fractions in earlier grade, right? What fraction does the number line show? So let's just see how many segments between 0 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. The total segments are 12, right? And that is, I think, 8. 8 out of 12 it is, right? So that would be 8 out of 12, right? You can divide them by the common number, that would be 4. So 4 times 2 is 8 and 4 times 3 is 12. So the correct option is 2 out of 3, right? The correct option is 2 out of 3. Let's just start with the test questions. What fraction of the pairs of scissors are not pink? You need to count the ones that are not pink, right? So two of them are pink. Let's just count the total. 1, 10 it is, right? And 8 of them are not pink. Only 2 of them are pink. No, not 2, but that are not pink. You don't have to count the pink one. 2 of them are pink. This is pink and this is pink. Rest of all are not pink. So that would be 8 out of 10. You can divide them by the common number, that is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. The correct option is 4 by 5, isn't it? Not pink. 2 of them are pink. 8 of them are not pink. So 8 out of 10 are not pink. That would be 4 out of 5. Got it, everyone? The correct option is 4 out of 5. What fraction of the number line, what fraction does the number line show? So which is the correct option? The correct option is, I think that's the one we did on the tutorial. How 5 by 7? Do not just guess the answers. Try to understand the question and then answer. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 segments. So that would be 8 out of 12. You can divide them by the common factor 4. That's exactly the same we did on the tutorial. Why don't you listen to me carefully? That is 2 out of 3. The correct option is 2 out of 3. Let's just start with the practice questions. The next one is 2 by 3 it is, and the next one is, what fraction does the number line show? Which is the correct option? The correct option is, yes, 1 out of 2, because the total segments are 6 and the third one is yellow. That would be 3 out of 6, and when you divide them by the common factor 3, that would be 1 out of. Got it? The correct option is option number 2. 1 out of 2 is the correct option. What fraction does the number line show? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 out of 12, because the total segments are 12 and the first one is green, so that would be 1 out of 12. Got it? What fraction of the octagons are blue? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 out of 12. Option number 1 is the correct option. What fraction of the fish are not blue? You need to count the ones that are not blue. So, which is the correct option? Only one of them is blue, right? And the total are 11. The rest of the 10 are not blue, so that would be 10 out of 11. The correct option is 10 out of 11. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is, hold on. Find equivalent fractions using area models. So let's just understand the area model, and then we'll see what are the equivalent fractions. So equivalent is the word that is derived from the word equal, right? So that means the fractions are e- equal, right? How they are equal, let's just understand. Look at this first model. The model has one, two, three, four portions, right? Only one of them is colored. That means one out of four is colored. Got it? Now just look at the second one that has four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight portions colored. Two of them are green. That would be two out of eight. So 1 by 4 and 2 out of 4 are equal. How? If we look at the models are exactly same, right? They have different portions, but they looks like same. And if you look at their colored portion, they have the same portions colored, right? These two and the one, they are equal. The other thing is the answer is 2 by 8. If you divide them by the greatest common factor, that would be 2, that is 1 over 4. So again, that is 1 over 4, right? So that's how they are the equivalent fractions, right? Although they are not exactly same, right? 1 by 4 and 2 by 8, the numbers are different, but they are equivalent. If you divide them by the common factor, then they are exactly same. So that's why they are the equivalent fractions. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Use the models to complete the equivalent fraction sentence. So just look at the first one. The first one has two portions. One of them is colored. That would be 1 out of 2. The second one has four portions. Two out of them are colored. So that would be 2 out of 4. Got it? The correct option is 2 out of 4. Very good. Use the models to complete the equivalent fraction sentence. 2 by 6 equals. The correct option is 1 out of 3, right? The total portions are 3. Only one of them is colored. So that would be 1 out of 3. Use the models to complete the equivalence fraction sentence. Equivalent fraction sentence. 6 out of 8 equals. The correct option is, yes, 3 out of 4 it is, because 3 of the portions are colored. The total are 4. Use the model to complete the equivalent fraction sentence. 2 by 8 equals. The correct option is 1 out of 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Use the models to complete the equivalent fraction sentence. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 4 out of 6, right? Very good. The correct option is 4 out of 6. Use the models to complete the equivalent fraction sentence. 1 by 2 equals. The correct option is 2 by 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is equivalent fractions. Let's just start with the lesson. Which fraction is equivalent to 1 over 3? You have to write down the equivalent fractions, right? So, like I have already told you, the equivalent fraction is the one if you either multiply or divide the fraction by the same number, that would be the equivalent fraction. Multiplying and dividing means you need to multiply or divide both numerator and denominator. So you have so many equivalent fractions to 1 by 3. For example, if you multiply both by 2, that is 2 by 6. That is an equivalent fraction, right? If you multiply them by 3, that is again an equivalent fraction. If you multiply them by 4, that is again an equivalent fraction. So one fraction has so many equivalent fractions. They all are equal. 1 by 3, 2 by 6, 3 by 9, 4 by 12. They all are equivalent fractions. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Which missing value makes the fraction equal? You have to find the missing value that makes the fraction equal, right? So you have to see what number they are multiplying or dividing, right? You can go like this. 3 times 2 is 6. So what number times 2? You have to multiply by the same number, right? What number times 2 is 2? 1 times 2 is 2. So that is 1. The correct option is 1. Got it? Either they are multiplied by the common number or either they are divided by the common number, right? So that would be 1 times 2. The correct option is 1. Which missing value makes the fraction equal? So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, 4 times 2 is 8. So 6 times 2 is 12. The missing number is 12. Which fraction is equivalent to 2 by 4? So which is the correct option? Which fraction is equivalent to 2 by 4? That is 6 over 12. 2 times 3 is 6 and 4 times 3 is 12. What fraction is equivalent to 1 over 3? Which is the correct option? Two by 10? How? 3 times what number is 10? 3 times no number is 10. That is 4 by 12. 1 times 4 is 4 and 1 times 4 is 4 and 3 times 4 is 12. That would be 4 out of 12. How 2 out of 10? Anyone can please explain? That is 4 out of 12. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Which missing value makes these fractions equal? 8 out of 10. Which is the correct option? Very good. That is 4 out of 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. What fraction is equivalent to 3 by 6? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 6 out of 12. Option number 2 is the correct option. Where is 5? That is 3 times 2 is 6 and 6 times 2 is 12. That would be 6 out of 12. Which fraction is equivalent to 3 by 6? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 4 out of 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 4 out of 10. Okay, you can complete a lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 4 math. The chapter we were working on is fractions, equivalence and ordering. The lessons we have covered today are understanding fractions word problems, fractions review, find equivalent fractions using area model, and equivalent fractions. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. If you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask questions. I'm here to answer all of your questions and confusions. If you have any other questions in the chat box, if you have any related lessons we have just finished. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.